here to discuss the topic recommendations of SMSG and SMP related to mathematics education at secondary stage. So, in the mid-20th century, mathematics education needed improvement. So, because of advancement in science and technology, so two major reforms were introduced. That is SMSG, School Mathematics Study Group, founded in USA in 1958, and SMP, Scottish Mathematics Project, founded in Scotland in 1961. Both SMSG and SMP aim mathematics to make more meaningful, more logical, and more useful in real life. This project introduced modern mathematics emphasizing logic, structure, and problem solving. The impact of SMSG and SMP can still be seen in today's mathematics curriculum. So, let's move to SMSG background. The School Mathematics Study Group, SMSG, was founded in 1958 in US, emerging as a direct response to the Soviet Union's launch of Sputnik in 1957. So, SMSG is sponsored by National Science Foundation, and it is headed by Edward G. Gilbert, a professor of mathematics at Yale University. So, SMSG introduced a new math, means it focused shift from old math to a new math, emphasizing abstract thinking, set theory, and structure. The main purpose is to make math teaching more logical, structured, and aligned with the modern mathematical thinking. So, next we are going to contributions of SMSG. So, based on curriculum and content, we have first contribution is the emphasis on concepts and understanding. It means that shifting the focus from rote memorization to conceptual understanding. That means students should grasp the why behind mathematical procedures, not just how. So this approach develops mathematical reasoning, logical thinking, and the ability to apply concepts to novel situations. Next one is modernization of curriculum. For emphasis on conceptual understanding, we can say one example. Like we know that 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, but we don't know. We want to understand the concept behind it, and we want to learn that teacher explains the addition concept. Next one is modernization of curriculum. So SMSG introduced modern mathematical topics including set theory, logic, and abstract algebra into secondary education. This brought school mathematics closer to contemporary mathematical thinking, preparing students for advanced studies and ensuring curriculum relevance to modern scientific and technological development. With that, we want to make the curriculum more relevant and modern. Next means spiral curriculum. That means concepts should be introduced at an early stage and released at higher levels with increasing complexity. It means that in our earlier classes, we learn about shapes. Primary schools, we learn about shapes. So as we go to say higher level, we learn more about shapes and we learn to solve the geometrical problems. So that is then relevance to real life. Mathematics curriculum should include practical applications to everyday life. Next is balanced content areas. It means that equal importance should be given to arithmetic, algebra, geometry, trigonometry, and statistics. Then next is integration with other subjects. Encourage interdisciplinary connection, especially with physical science and technology. Then, based on teaching and learning, we can say that activity-based learning. That means emphasis to hands-on exploration where students actively engage with mathematical concepts through manipulative experiment and discovery-based activities rather than passive memorization. So, we can learn fractions through objects. Like we can study fractions by cutting cakes and all that. Then next one is problem solving focus. Emphasis on solving problems through logical reasoning rather than memorization. Like introduce open-ended problems that promote creative thinking. Already Shri explained this. Then next one is use of technology. Incorporate calculators and computers in teaching to visualize and experiment with mathematical ideas. Then the next contribution is mathematics laboratory. That means it advocated for dedicated mathematics laboratory spaces where students could engage in hands-on experimentation. This lab provides manipulative measuring tools and geometric models, allowing students to discover mathematical principles through physical exploration and concrete experiences. Next is teacher training and professional development. Regular in-service training for teachers to update their knowledge and adopt innovative practices. That means teachers should learn more and they want to update their knowledge and adopt innovative practices. Next one is diagnostic and remedial teaching. Identify learning difficulties through regular assessment. Provide special help for students who study. That means all students are not equal. So teachers should consider the students accordingly. They want to provide help for the students who need it. So that. Then next one is student-centered approach. Like from teacher-centered approach to student-centered approach. That means teachers should act as facilitators and guides. So that's about SMSG. Now we are moving to SMP. SMP means Scottish Mathematics Project. It is initiated in Scotland in 1961 by a group of university and school teachers. It was supported by Scottish Education Department and received funding to develop new syllabuses and teaching materials. Influenced by international efforts like OECD and the Royal Society in UK, which emphasized the need to improve mathematical education due to advances in science and the growing need for mathematically skilled people. So, contributions of SMP. Like SMP prepared 5 textbooks for people studying for GCE examination. GCE examination is General Certificate of Education Examination at O level. In 1967, they prepared a series of textbooks from A to X level. A to X level, A means the basic level and X means advanced level. So in 1961, SMP prepared a series of textbooks from basic level to advanced level for students studying CSE examination. So these books were prepared by considering the problems and needs of teachers and students. So based on curriculum and content, contributions of SMP are modern and relevant content, such as that means include topics such as set theory, probability, statistics, matrices, logic, and basic calculus to reflect real-world application and modern developments in mathematics. Like include these topics: probability, statistics, matrices, etc. Next one is flexible curriculum design. Like provide alternative courses for students of different abilities and interests. Examples such as academic versus vocational part. Like emphasis modular structure so that topics can be taught in different sequences depending on student needs. Next is interdisciplinary connection. Encourage integration of mathematics with science, economics, and technology to show its applicability, and problem solving emphasis, like focus on developing mathematical thinking and problem solving skills rather than rote memorization. And progressive difficulty, it means that from simple concept to complex, that means from simple equations to quadratic equations. Introduce mathematical concepts at an appropriate level and build progressively. So based on teaching and learning, contributions of SMP are that student-centered learning. That means shifted from teacher-centered learning to student-centered learning, and teachers should act as facilitators or guide. Then use of technology. SMP integrated modern technological tools into mathematics education, including calculators, computers, and educational software to enhance visualization, computation, and interactive learning experiences. Then emphasis on understanding. That is, rather than rote memorization, we want to understand the concept behind it. Then differentiated instruction. That means SMP recognizes that the student learn at different phases and have varying abilities. The program advocated for flexible teaching approaches that would accommodate diverse learner needs, providing extension activities for advanced students and additional support materials for those who requiring more time to grasp concepts. That means teacher want to consider all students equally, and teacher should provide materials for the students those who need it. Then next is practical work and real life application. Essentially emphasize connecting mathematical concepts to everyday context. Then student engaged in hands-on activities, investigation and projects that demonstrated how mathematics application applies to real world situation, making learning more meaningful and helping students see the relevance of mathematical skills beyond the classroom. That means we want to apply it in our everyday life. Then teacher training. Provide professional development to help teacher implement new curriculum and teaching strategies effectively. That means we want to provide teacher training also. So, like by concluding, we can say that both SMSC and SMP revolutionized the secondary mathematics education by modernizing curriculum content, emphasizing conceptual understanding over rote memorization, and introducing spiral curriculum approaches. And then focus on real life application, balanced content area, and transformed how mathematics was taught globally. Then the student-centered teaching approaches, activity-based learning, and integration of technology pioneered by these movements remain highly influential in contemporary mathematics education. So, by concluding, we can say that mathematics is not just numbers; it's about logical thinking. So that's all about my topic.